Hi, everybody. This is Rick starting over. So I made a big decision to sell my house. Now, big decisions, I don't believe are made overnight. They're not knee-jerk kind of decisions. They're not decisions that are made without much thought. I think a big decision is kind of an evolution in thought over time, where the enjoyment is outweighed by the aggravation. And that happens over time. Big decisions in relationships, big decisions in selling a house, big decisions in relocating. These things take time. And I think over time, you'll see the evolution of how you feel about something. And eventually you reach a tipping point where you no longer can go along with the status quo, the way things are. In a relationship, it just stops making sense. Or with a house, the maintenance is too much, or it just stops making sense, or it's too expensive. With or relocating, the circumstances of where you're at, either job or where you're living, are just not meeting your needs over time. And so, in my case, my house was in a particular area that was not good for my overall well-being. And I needed to make a change. But that change was slow over time. And when I finally made it, I wasn't 100% sure. I don't think you're ever 100% sure about making a big decision. But I was 90% sure that the time was now. And I didn't know what I was getting into. The details and the stress are tremendous. At least it was tremendous on me. I mean, I'm pushing 70, and I'm not what I used to be physically or mentally or emotionally. As you get older, the parts wear out, and you're a little more sensitive about certain things. But anyway, let me stick to the decision-making process. So I decided to sell my house, and I was going to try van life as I'm doing. Okay? Once I made the decision and the house was sold, there's this kind of feeling of finality that comes in there, like, oh, I'm really doing this. It's a big deal. And then I think you tend to think to yourself, did I make the right decision? Did I do the right thing? What will the future hold for me? And it's all scary. Big decisions are by their nature scary decisions. I mean, if they weren't scary, they wouldn't be big decisions. Anybody can decide what pair of pants to put on today. So I guess what I'm trying to say most is that give yourself some time with a big decision. Weigh it over in your mind. I use the enjoyment versus aggravation formula. It's my own little formula. Is there more enjoyment than aggravation? And once you reach the point where the aggravation exceeds the enjoyment, you're on your way to making a decision. And it will happen. Because I can't remember even a single time when the aggravation was more than the enjoyment and all of a sudden it changed and it got better. I can't remember one instance when that happened. So I made my decision. Look, everybody can use whatever decision-making process they want, and you should. Don't go by what I say. You know, do your research, do your due diligence. But big decisions are hard. They're stressful. They're not easy. And if you're doing it alone, it becomes even more stressful because everything has to be done by you. You really don't have someone to bounce ideas off of. I'm talking about myself as a single. I think the most stressful part of everything was making decisions by myself. Now, there's a difference between the benefits of being by yourself in that you don't have to consider someone else's opinions. But I think overall, in big decisions, if you're a couple, you have an advantage in that you can talk these things out and you can come to a joint decision. When you're alone, there's always that questioning of, am I doing the right thing? And there's nothing wrong with getting an opinion and making you feel better about your decision to have an opinion that agrees with you. So anyway, the emphasis of this video is big decisions take time. By their very nature, they are stressful. Expect stress, expect aggravation, expect paperwork, expect your routines to be upset. You have to start over. It's very difficult. So give yourself some slack. It's not easy. Do your best. And then when you make a decision, go with it and try to accept the results as best you can. I hope I helped a little bit in terms of making a decision. But again, everyone has to do things in their own way. Everyone has to do their research and due diligence. And, I'm just doing my best here. I'm just trying to give some insight into what went into my decision. Your decision and the process is up to you. So this is Rick starting over, and I'll see you next time.